Basement RPG. We're going to almost pick up where we left off the session before last, where you guys are in this hut. You guys have been teleported back to inside this hut with the dead Yakman kind of around you, and all this hut's our village is basically cleared of any threat, and y'all know that the giant fortress is below you. So we'll pick up there with you guys kind of finishing that battle, coming back from doing a little side mission. But what are you guys looking to do here?
Sounds like we're going to burn this place to the ground.
Hey,
everybody.
maybe we should check on those slaves, you know? They might know how to get in to the place. Or there's maybe some stuff laying around that we could pick up.
Yeah, I guess the place is worth searching. Fine. Let us begin our investigation and searching of this place and all of its buildings and burn it down later.
Where are we going specifically to look around?
Why don't we start in the hut that we're in, which is the central hut.
Yep, this is the main shaman or chieftain's hut. Here, laying on the ground, you see a sword that was once on fire. Big two-handed sword that was once on fire. No longer on fire. It's been extinguished.
Extinguished?
Extinguished. That's it.
It's not. It might be distinguished.
But it's currently
But it's
extinguished.
Distinguished sword.
Yeah, but it's laying on the ground here, next to the chieftain that had been slayed, who's laying across the table that he landed on when he died, and it's broken, and there's like pieces of like food and stuff all over the ground, and then the two shaman that you fought, and then there's other yak folk around here as well that came in to try to help, that kind of pulled from other areas of the village. You guys defeated. So
I'll help search bodies.
Yes.
Who pulled aggro on these guys?
What am I giving you? That's
Um,
Perception, right?
yeah.
19,
11.
18.
All right. Looking over these corpses and through this part of the village a little bit, really the only thing of note that you find is the sword. And you find a few other odds and ends. A jeweled mask. Gold mask has a few gems in it. A basket that has about 150 gold of just like mixed coins in it. You find a fancy necklace that has a few gems hanging from it. And none of the stuff looks native to what the Yak folk, like it belongs to other tribes or people that they've conquered or spoils of war. You're not sure. It's definitely not, doesn't blend in with the culture of the Yak folk.
Cool. So you're writing all that down.
Yeah, the gold mask, basket of 150 gold.
You find a really nice gold censer.
Gold
and then
what?
some, like a censer, like one of those like incense things.
Oh.
Ooh, I want that.
So that's awfully fancy.
I can do incense for my little guy.
And so you find a really nice gold censer and then 4 decently sized blocks of incense.
How much incense is in each box?
It says 4 blocks of incense. 4 blocks.
Oh,
So
blocks. It sounded
yeah.
like you said boxes.
Oh no, blocks. They're blocks. So it's like the gold
Yeah.
censer. You put the block in there and light
Right.
it.
Okay.
And it's a fairly large censer. It's not real small one, but like they had it hanging from a ceiling.
Oh, okay. So it's
But-
not like a little one.
No. Like
Oh,
it's like a big one you would hold, almost like a lantern that you would swing, but it's made to put a sensor or incense in.
That's kind of cool.
Still might.
I'll pick up that sword and kind of test the weight of it.
Okay. So the sword is a flame tongue greatsword. You can add that to your inventory. It shed if you pull it out and speak the command word, it will shed light within 40 feet of you. And while the sword is ablaze, it deals an extra 2d6 fire damage to any target that it hits.
Cool.
And it doesn't look like it requires it. Yes, it does.
Requires attunement.
It does.
Yeah, that's not something I made, so it's not something that.
Right?
So that is
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Three minutes. I'm going to go ahead and cancel that timer.
What?
Is there a napkin or a paper towel around here somewhere? Nope, right there behind you.
Other than that, there's not much else on this side of the village. You still have the other side, but I kind of did what you guys found kind of around on this side of the village.
Okay.
Inside this hut, in the nearby surrounding buildings.
Is this where the hole leading down is? Inside this hut? Or is that somewhere else?
The pole leading
There's like a hole.
hole.
That you said, like, was in the center of something?
No, the hole. It's a hole in the roof for smoke to come out.
Oh, that's boring.
Yeah.
Typical roof design.
Yeah. But there is the other side of the town, and there's also the fields that the Yak folk have been working. Well, they weren't working; that slaves were working, and there are slave folk around here.
Like a lot of slave folk?
Well, I mean, there's the couple elves that were here inside the main. The main
Yeah,
tent.
where'd those elves go?
They're in here.
Like in here with we can see them right now?
Yes.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. They're in here with you guys.
Are
Kind of cowering in the corner from the combat.
How much time has passed? Did we go into this other portal?
Oh, yeah. It's like kind
And
of
then we
a-
popped back into existence
It
here.
would be kind of hard for you guys to actually tell how much time has passed without a way of measuring it.
Hey!
Well, if the elves are still cowering, then
How long you guys been standing there?
And one of the male elves, because there were two males and one female,
Okay.
one of the male elves is going to kind of look up at you. Since you've been gone?
Yeah, alright. You guys doing okay?
You guys want to put on some clothes?
Are they naked? I don't
Yeah,
remember that.
they were naked.
Yeah. We don't have any. They took everything from us.
Wow.
Yeah, alright. I don't think I got my people clothes, actually. I had furs on.
I will remove my Yak Man costume that I've been wearing this entire
Not the one
time.
foot.
Through the
Yeah. I don't know if you heard me because I was over Discord, but I
Yeah.
did mention it before.
Oh, yeah, no, I don't think I heard you.
During the entire portal fight, I was a crappy Yak Man.
I'm gonna tell you that you don't have to do that, Brock. I'm gonna give each one of them a set of basic leather armor.
Okay.
So I have sets of those. Now I only have two, but now they're dressed.
They will gladly take those and put them on. And
Didn't work.
they.
Sorry.
Why are you all here? Were you you're here to free us?
Yeah, that's what happened.
I'll whisper to Declan and say, "Well, it's kind of a side effect."
So we're
It still happens.
we're free to go.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, they're free to go, Brock.
Can you maybe give us some information
Definitely.
before you leave?
That's gonna likely.
Well, what
lead
kind
him
of
to ask
information are
a
you looking
question,
for?
but-
So we're on top of like this old dwarven forge. Do you know how to get into it?
Without using the front door.
He kind of points back across the waterway on the first side of the village you were on. Well, there is a staircase that leads down there, but there's also in that side building next to the river, it operates some kind of turning mechanism that works at an elevator system.
Yeah. Wow.
Have you been down there?
No. Every so often, a giant will emerge to check on things.
On the
That's about
elevator? Okay.
It's
Yeah,
a
that's
big
a
elevator.
strong elevator. Yeah. Yeah, we could probably use that.
Might even hold you, Brock. Might.
What are they checking on?
Checking to make sure everything's good, and I guess here in the Yak Village, I'm not sure. They don't really tell us the details.
Okay. Do you see any trade happening between the yak men and?
Mostly, the giants just demanding and controlling
Okay, they're like taking food down there.
food, goods. And I know, like, every so often, they mention preparing for reinforcements, and you'll hear the door at the base of the mountain open when reinforcements arrive.
Okay.
How often has that happened that you're aware of?
Usually once every other day or so.
That's great news.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah. Anybody ever leave through that door?
Occasionally, but usually they'll leave, and a warband will leave. A couple giants along with orcs and stuff.
When was the last time?
I was just about to
Sorry.
say the same thing.
No, go ahead.
When was the last time that the giants were up here?
The last time a group left, a few days ago, there is a group expected to return just based off of how much time's passed any day, and reinforcements show up every other day, daily, for to say.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, that's great. I hope you guys are careful getting home, because it's not exactly a friendly place out there right now.
But those stairs should be safe. There was a creature down there that is no longer with us. Good.
Brock.
Yeah. Don't eat this soup.
That's how we got kidnapped.
Yeah.
We were offered soup and then they attacked us.
I mean, it
Shouldn't
was.
you guys have been immune to that?
Yeah, they just attacked us.
They're country elves. They don't have the highfalutin nature of.
Well, if the soup would have affected them, they wouldn't have been attacked. They would have just been taken over. But the three elves are going to make their way to the exit of the hut, and they're going to bid you farewell as they run off into the woods and back home.
Have a good life.
And as you guys look out, you see other what would be left of some other slaves making their getaway. Just running out of the fields as there's no yakmen overseeing them.
You're welcome.
And they're taking off.
Okay.
So they told you about the
Elevator.
elevator system and the building that's over here that runs a mechanism.
So, did you
Is it
want?
on this side or is it on
No,
the
it's
other
on the other side. It's
Far
where
side
the
of the
water
map.
wheel is.
Yeah.
Did you want to try to go down there as a Yakman shaman? Or try to convince the giants that you're just down there to bring them some supplies or something? Maybe bring some of these empty crates from the other side with us, and maybe we can quote unquote infiltrate. We can pretend to be your slaves, since that we now know that's what they do, and we can carry them.
I mean,
It sounds like
if they know what a shaman looks like, you think he can get away with?
He got away with it.
Mm-hmm.
Up until the point where I became possessed by a Yakman. And then they all knew what was going on. Until then it worked!
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like normally they come up here, but yeah, we could try and think of something.
It's just an idea. I mean, the giants are awfully demanding and controlling, maybe this will be viewed as a subservient move, us just volunteering supplies to them and offering.
Maybe we take a couple yaks down there. Hey, we've got some yaks. We're having a barbecue.
You know what?
You guys want to come?
At the least, we can make a distraction out of the yaks, right?
Yeah. Okay. Do we want to
And
contact?
Evangeline can barbecue them if it actually comes to it.
That's
I
here.
sure can.
Do we want to contact the ship and make sure that everything's good? It's been some amount of time.
They didn't really answer us on that.
Well, is there anything on the ship we need besides Bertha?
Okay, looking around, there was a
At least
fire, right?
I said need.
Is the
not
fire
want.
still
I
going?
need her.
No, the fire was kind of put out or extinguished.
Individual
But
wants.
would it?
Does
Okay,
not
but when we
mean
left,
need.
would it have been
Okay.
warm? Like it had just gone out?
It had just gone out during combat, like someone fell in it or a table
Okay,
flipped over.
I want to reach down. Is it still warm?
It's still warm.
Okay, so we have not been gone that long.
Probably not that long.
Yeah, we haven't been gone that long, guys. The embers are still warm.
Okay. Yeah.
Cool. So I guess we don't need.
Realistically, thinking about it, we were, in that whole situation for maybe 5 minutes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. Void time.
And
Good
then
times.
that on top of it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? Could have
mean,
been like instantaneous.
we
We don't even
teleported.
know.
We teleported
Talked
there.
for about 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Did our do.
Most of it was talking.
Teleported back. Yeah.
You know what? You're.
Man, we're pretty efficient, We just solved the calamity in 45 seconds. Yeah. That's pretty...
Through violence, all things are possible. If we're not proof of that, I don't know what is.
So we want to go check out this other side?
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to go check out the other side.
All right.
I'm gonna...
So you guys make your way over to the other side here, where the water wheel is. Is that right?
Yes.
Mhm.
All right. So let's see. Is this building?
I only see this potentially ending well for us.
Is the water wheel and the elevator area the only thing that... We never went in here either.
No, that's a building that they. I had a misunderstanding with them at.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the water wheel building.
Oh, okay. So, yeah.
'Cause that's the building.
And
the water
everything
wheel
else,
is.
like, we know all this stuff because
Uh-huh.
we've already been in all that.
Oh.
So, an enormous wooden water wheel is attached to an iron axle and mounted above a swift flowing river that spills down the mountainside. As the current turns, the wheel turns. In a large millstone located inside the hut next to the wheel, which has a beaded curtain entrance, turns as well. Grain is harvested and is milled down here. But looking at the wheel and through the side, you can see into a cave system that leads
That way.
into here. Let's see. Wheel leads in to this area. I will reveal all of it here.
Oh, there's a door that goes there too, though?
Real quick before we get too far. You said there were 2 shaman that had attacked us.
Yeah.
I would like to use their clothing and accoutrement to dress up as best as I can.
Okay.
Like adjust my costume.
All right. Roll up performance. But the shaft leading into this cave system controls the elevator, as it there's a lever inside that you would use to activate it, but this wheel turns and pulls the elevator system up and down. And you can see into there through here. But there's also, as was mentioned, there is a door system around on the other side. The elves were mentioning that the control unit for it is out here. Like what powers this elevator is the water.
Okay.
What was your roll?
It's a natural 20 for a 23.
So this is not the elevator?
Yep,
the
that is the
elevator's...
elevator.
Oh, okay. But there's a door right there?
Over
Right here.
There's
Closer.
a door to get into
Right
this
yonder.
whole thing.
Oh, okay.
24.
But we're
you
over
said?
here now, right?
23
Yes.
total.
So now we're going to have to go back over there.
And this is the
We can
elevator.
go across the wheel.
Oh, we can? Yeah, alright, we can do that too.
We'll yeah.
This is physically the elevator here.
That is physically the elevator there.
And the doors are big enough for a giant to fit through, obviously.
The doors are this way through here. It would be a tight, narrow walk across the log that's turning to get through there. Well, you can go that way.
imagine a couple of yaks walking across.
Well, I mean, I'll go through the... I mean,
Well, you can
we can
attempt to go
go
that way if you'd
around
like
and go
to.
through the big door. Brock probably can't get through there, though, right?
You could get through there. Sure.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So I'm going to go to where the yaks are. Which I think is over there.
There is no... Oh, okay. You
You
want to
mean
go to
the
the
shaman?
yak.
No, he means the actual yaks.
The
So
actual-
once I'm done
Uh-uh.
getting all my shaman stuff set up,
Yeah.
I want to...
Fetch
Yeah.
yaks.
The yaks were down here in this stable.
You want to go right after like a shaman. I'm just saying.
an actual yak, like the animal. So I want to take 3. Are there 3 of them there?
There was
You
at
can
least
find 3 of them around the village.
Okay. And I want to... So this is what I want to do. I want to take 3 yaks. I want to dress them up with like blankets and stuff. And there's wheat here as well, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So I want to take some wheat, put it in bundles of wheat. And my goal is... You guys, if we hide you guys in the wheat, then I'll just bring the axe down there for the barbecue.
Oh, God.
Why
And then-
can't I just be a slave?
No, I like this plan better. We're doing this plan.
They're trying to elf slaves.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry, but why are you asking to be a slave of all the people at this table?
Chain alligator.
They had elf slaves. I wasn't even going there. I was
I know,
like,
I'm sorry.
they had elves that were slaves. I could just be one of those.
No, you're right. You're right. You're absolutely right. Yeah, I guess if you're naked, then...
that was beautifully well done.
Now that may keep her from wanting to be a slave right there.
You're right. Fine, I'll
You're
go
like, you know
hide in
what?
the bundle of
No.
wheat.
Oh, jeez. I am sorry.
I don't know
I
if y'all
could've
want
made that
this
worse
white
than
little
that, I
glowing
didn't.
body.
Ooh. Anyway, yeah, so, like, you can hide in the wheat. Or maybe one of you could help me, guide the yaks. Just say, like, we
I'm
had a-
hiding in the bundle of wheat. Okay.
I will be a slave. I'm not going to be a naked slave because these slaves were not naked, right?
Only the ones in the main quarters were.
Okay. But
Naked
yes,
slave.
I can. Unless Evangeline wants to be slave.
I'll hide in the wheat.
All right.
I will help you with the axe, I guess. So I will.
So I need stealth checks from the people hiding.
Really? Can we take our time with it?
Yeah, I figured this would probably take a bit of time, if that adds
Move this in
anything.
between us. Just so I can
That's fine.
roll.
We'll get it.
Yeah. Is
17.
Yeah, okay, those are
With advantage?
No.
I have advantage. Wait, do I get double advantage?
No, there's no such thing.
Are you sure there's not a house for this double advantage thing where I can roll
19.
3d20s?
No.
I
No.
saw
I
thing.
missed half of that because you
Nice.
poured it all together.
18.
It was beautiful.
And
Okay, D&D Boomhammer.
24.
need animal handling
Forgot to bring that pill with me.
from the 2 people.
You need a what?
Animal handling.
I'm sure you'll do fine. Just think of like a demon.
Not bad. No, I do much better with demons. Yeah, Yeah, no, we don't want animal handling to be like the demon handling. We really don't. 14.
21.
Remind me to take it when I get to the house.
14. All right.
My medication.
Oh, okay.
Did you mean to bring it?
I was supposed to take it before I left the house and I forgot.
Okay.
So after a bit of time, you're able to muster up 3 yaks and find a couple baskets that you're able to hang off the sides of them. Large baskets. And you, Declan and Evangeline, find a basket that you can fit in comfortably and stuff a little wheat around the top of it so they can't be seen. Close it up, fill the other baskets on the other yaks with wheat, and you'll have 3 yaks. Y'all are still on this side of the village here with your yaks. And
Can I use my 20 whatever animal handling check to get them across that little bridge?
yes, you can take them. Both of you roll pretty well on your animal handling check. You can take them over to.
This is where the
I
wheat
should
is
dress
anyway,
differently. I wonder if I should take like some of the. Is there any like tattered clothing and stuff laying around? But it's really cold.
It's cold up here.
What were the slaves wearing in the?
Tattered clothing.
So they were pretty much freezing to death.
They're probably cold.
Okay, because I don't look very much like a slave right now.
You want to slave it up?
Yeah, I want to find, looking around in like the barn or the huts, is there any like clothing?
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to take some of that. If it's not already kind of torn and tattered looking, I'm going to make it torn and tattered looking.
Okay. Roll me a performance check.
Hopefully my already cold nature will protect me somewhat.
But did we technically get our spell
nice.
slots and stuff back from the last thing?
Yeah. You got one.
17, 18, 19.
19.
Dang.
All right. So you guys are
That was a good roll.
standing
There was.
at the entrance here. Let me read you this one thing about the. All right, so inside this, you make your way into the elevator shaft. 20 feet tall iron doors in the mountains, in the mountainside northwest, swing open to reveal a rough hew passageway blocked by an iron portic. What is that word?
Portico?
Porticus? Portcullis?
Portcullis?
Portcullis.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm gonna look up how to pronounce that correctly.
Portcullis.
Portcullis.
I'm going to be going through the leech. I was like, this is really good qualities.
You have just enough like straw where you're looking out, making comments. We can hear you whispering in the.
Yeah.
From the room beyond, comes the sound of rushing water from the nearby river. A passage leads to a cold, dark, and vast chamber with 50-foot high ceilings and an 80-foot diameter, 500-foot deep shaft in the middle of the floor. An iron rig is bolted to the pit's circular rim. Suspended from this rig is an iron chain and a 60-foot diameter circular platform made from oak beams held together by iron bars and rivets. The platform ascends and descends the shaft constantly, powered by a wooden water wheel located behind an opening in the south wall. So the elevator
It's just
constantly
up and down, so we just have
goes
to
up
catch
and down.
it.
Okay.
Okay?
So like a video game where if you miss it by a little bit, then you're falling like for a
Constantly.
lot more distance than you expected.
Or
and
in Sonic, you just get crushed.
Yeah.
But to the side is a rampway that would lead down, or stairs that lead down into the mine shafts.
Okay. Would the mine shafts be big enough for the giants to get into? Like that seems. I mean, they could have created their own, but
If they're
They're
dwarven
dwarven.
mine shafts, doors are small, but doors
they-
make really big
Well, you know, that's fair. Yeah.
cities.
I saw Lord of the Rings. Do these look like dwarven mine shafts? Are they small?
In the middle of the otherwise featureless room is a spiral staircase with 10-foot wide stone steps descending into darkness
So
to the
they're not
topmost level
small.
of Ironslag's mines.
Well, we're not getting the yaks down the stairs without accidents.
My leg!
I'll be okay.
Oh,
You guys will
because
have
they're
the yaks
they're
on top
set
of
for
you.
the giants. They're like really steep and stuff. Is that what you just said?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
The
So
10-foot
we
wide
take
steps.
Say something about a ramp?
It's a spiral staircase.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't know if I want to lead yaks down a staircase.
Yeah. I mean, they'd be tenderized for the barbecue, but so would anybody riding in baskets.
All right. So we're gonna catch the elevator.
I'll just tuck and roll out of it and be right
Tuck and
You have a
roll.
19 AC. You're solid.
there.
Speaking of, I don't know if that's
Oh.
active right now.
Mage armor.
Yeah, I just hear
Oh,
from these
no.
baskets.
But wait a second. We just were fighting in the other place, which my mage armor would have been on me.
We also got
so
long
it's still
You got
be
a
up
long
or
rest,
do I?
doesn't matter. No, one's not.
Okay. Okay, that's fine.
We were only there for 5 minutes, but
Yeah, it's a different place.
yeah, what happened
Alright.
is
Well,
Yeah.
mage
What
armor
happens
is
when we went
cast.
Through
stays
Stays
in
the
the
boy.
Yeah, I'm gonna put that bad
Including
boy
mage
on
armor.
too.
Yeah, including
Yeah,
the
I'm
major.
just giving you mage armor. Just in case.
Where'd the cat girl go?
Okay, alright. So, I want to concentrate on
Can be seen.
keeping the yaks quiet, and I will be stealthing.
You're going to try to stealth?
You know what?
He's trying
This
to
is what
stealth
I'm-
the yaks.
This is what I'm imagining.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to undo.
There's
my
this
think mine
shaft,
can be
right,
seen.
that's just constantly moving, this
Is it a
elevator.
red
Yeah.
aura of
Okay.
fire
For sure.
around you?
And
That's
I don't know.
it probably makes noise.
Mine shows up. So.
Yeah.
It's probably something that you really don't even hear if you're kind of just used to it.
I can tell you standing up here,
We're fine.
the sounds
yaks
coming
will
out
shield
of this
us.
mine are
You know
just
what?
are loud.
Yeah.
It's loud,
Yeah,
just
they're-
banging and clanking and chiming.
If worse comes to
and
worse, what are they
constant
gonna do? Eat a
grinding
whole
of
yak?
gears.
So
So it's loud here.
I
So
don't
being
imagine.
quiet
Pick up my yak.
is fairly easy.
Okay. My hope is that like this thing is just moving around, and we get on it, and we maybe even go down and then right back up as we take a peek. You know, maybe we just peek it out real quick, get a read on the situation before we get off the platform.
And then we go back down and they're reading on us.
Yeah, fair. Fair. Maybe.
The giants are just like, what the fuck are they
Actually,
doing? The
that's
giants.
that's not a bad idea. Maybe someone should go down there to get an idea of what's happening before we do that with 3 yaks.
I'm really comfortable in this wheat basket.
Yeah?
It's gonna move
I
slightly.
could send Keysmont. He's a rat,
It's not a bad idea.
so he's gonna have to go down on his own. I won't be able to communicate
can
with
you
him
now
until he
make him a
comes back
yak?
up.
Actually,
And I can't turn him into a yak.
Not that big.
it'd be a tiny yak.
A
Yeah.
mini yak.
Yeah, like those little elephants or something.
I think they call
Small
mini
donkey.
X ferrets.
Yeah.
Do we want to send Keysmont down?
Yeah, I think, the more information we have, maybe the better. Maybe he can find out where the kitchen is.
Okay. Poor little Keysmont. You're on your own, buddy. So,
Well, the elevator shaft currently is not there.
right, we're gonna have to wait for it to come up.
So this is a giant hole.
Just giant.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep the yaks away.
Because it's currently not there.
Why?
So my plan is when the shaft comes up, Keysmont's gonna scurry onto the platform. He's gonna go down. He is going to move off the platform maybe 100
Smell the
feet
kitchen.
or so.
Find
And just,
the
well, I mean, I guess he could probably sneak around down there pretty well.
Okay.
Or die to heat from.
I need a.
Uh,
Alright. Okay. No, that's fine. Alright. So, after a bit of time, 5-6 minutes, the elevator shaft reaches the top.
it's gonna be gone
And
a long
it
time.
stops there and pauses.
Alright, Keysmot. Go on.
How long does it pause for?
Are you going to put the Keysmot on?
Yeah, he
It sits there for
scurries.
about 30 seconds before it
He scurries on as soon as it comes up. He scurries on.
and descends down.
He's going down. It's gonna be a while.
What are you guys doing on this?
I'm still hiding in a basket.
Same.
Okay, so a couple situations I see could maybe happen. We get down there, and there's someone guarding the elevator. Okay, at which point I will engage conversation, sounding as much like the yaks that that were here. Okay, and I'm going to tell them, hey, we've had a good harvest, and we've got some yaks, and we wanted to throw a little barbecue. Where's your kitchen? Second situation. There is no guard. We slip off the elevator. We find a little area and regroup there. That's about all I got.
How about we not say, hey, where's your kitchen? I like the, we had a good harvest. We wanted to, bring something to show our faithfulness or whatever the case may be. But not, where's your kitchen?
Well, if our objective is to get to the giant's chief, we should ask, we've had a great harvest. We'd like to show your chief our offering.
Ah, that's a good idea.
I like it.
And we can roll from there with mostly murder. Or see if he'll trade 3 yaks for his conch shell piece. Whichever.
That seems fair, right?
Okay. Sorry, Declan, but I love your enthusiasm. Just let's do it.
I couldn't see it ending poorly.
Not at all.
Do we want to contact the airship and maybe leave a note?
About what?
I don't know.
Like what? What do
We
you
already
leave it a
know
note
the
for?
signs, the signals.
Okay.
But
sure.
I mean, if you have a reason to contact the airship,
Nope,
then
it's literally just
I don't
an
know
idea.
if we want to chance.
There's just going to be gone and you're never coming back for us. So I'm worried about
I mean,
This is
you
what it
put
sounds
the
like.
airship on top of this.
even
this
I'm not that
mountain thing.
paranoid
Yeah, I
about
don't know if we want to
Really
change
weird.
the chance of
There
bringing
isn't.
it near and
it.
being
No, okay, there's a Yingling.
Yeah.
They're just over Shandy.
Oh, they're probably not cold yet, though.
This is good enough. Cold enough.
Yeah, they're not really that cold yet.
Cold enough. Oh, yeah, that's fine.
This
Room
is
temperature
Andrew.
beer
This
can
is
be
Andrew.
pretty
He cleans
good.
up everyone's alcohol at the end of the day.
I know. That doesn't mean we can have
That's
standards during the day.
That's a solid characteristic.
It is 100%. I've seen it many times.
Oh, that's still got some in it.
New Year's is a great one.
Not wasteful.
You guys got any-
Trying to-
Anything else you want to discuss?
You know what I mean?
Because
Um,
at this point, about 5-6 minutes have passed.
My poor little kid's lying down there all by himself.
does that mean the elevators come back
Your
up?
answer.
Oh no,
Okay.
no, no! It took 6 minutes or so to come up.
Nope, it's still
No,
gone.
we were waiting for
Yeah,
like 6
and who knows
minutes
how
for
long
it
it was there.
already. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay. Sometimes it's gonna come out.
Man, it'd be really cool if someone could scry on this area. We could, kind of see what's down there before we get down there. Okay.
I don't think it works that way. I can find a person. That is it.
Can you find the
Hey,
giant?
so I'm just gonna throw it out here, and I'm gonna stick 2 fingers out of this basket, and there's gonna be 3 pearls in my hand, and I'm gonna say you could also offer a pearl for each yak too, because I happen to have an exact amount of pearls to match the exact amount of yaks that we're bringing down. Just an
So,
idea to
give
sweeten the
it-
deal for the conch shell. 3
Give a
additional
yak and a
pearls.
pearl.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah.
I'm gonna I'm just gonna leave it there, hoping someone stake these pearls at some point.
I'll go up and I'll take them from you. Put them in my little
I
bit
can
of
finally
clothing that I'm
remove those from
wearing.
my inventory. They're worth 100 gold each, by the way.
So I need to add that to mine then.
At this point, about 10 to 12 minutes have passed.
They're
by.
literally from the first session. Those
Okay.
are the first things we looted.
Oh my gosh. So three pearls.
Elevator's
100
not back.
gold each in
Oh
value.
Okay.
god.
I think he'll
I
take the
feel
deal.
like this is just gonna go bad.
And at this point, you hear the elevator click, and you see the rope begin to spin back up. In about 15-minute mark.
Okay.
Now, Keysmont would have left the elevator to go inspect, so he probably is not on the elevator. If it just stopped at the bottom for like 30 seconds and then started going back up.
Did it sit down? Well, did it stop moving for 30 seconds? Okay.
But then started again. So Keysmont's probably not back yet.
So it's a 30-minute round trip. About.
So I don't think we'll be here forever waiting on him
Technically a 31-minute.
because it would sit here
Yeah.
for 30 seconds.
And
Actually,
it's going to be
30
another
minutes.
30 minutes. So we might as well go on down
think about
and
that.
meet him.
Because it's going to be like
If-
about
Is it
30
intelligent?
minutes up, 30 minutes down for him to come
I'd actually
back
think
and
about
30
that.
minutes
Well
up
programmed.
again.
I just assumed that it was like down and up. Yeah, that was.
Means this thing's really deep. So we can
Well,
get
it
down
is a
there. He'll
mountain.
have, hopefully, if he's still alive, still on this plane, maybe he'll have some information for us.
Yeah,
but if
he
we
could
wait
probably meet
for
us
him-
at the bottom.
Can't
with any
you-
information?
Burn a spell slot and just instantly bring him back here, though?
No, he's out of range. He has to be 100 feet.
Or has to be dead.
Yeah, I mean, I could dismiss the spell, but then I've got to have an hour to bring him back.
Or burn a spell slot, right?
It's still a spell slot, but it still
Oh, it
takes
just
an
takes
Yeah,
it
hour.
so casting time's an hour.
Yeah.
I thought it was like
Yeah.
you could spend an hour or you could use the slot. I didn't realize
No.
it was.
Yeah, it's both. It's a spell slot and an hour.
Oh, that noise. Yeah, we got time for that. Did you know wheat was itchy?
About 25 minutes past. Elevator's not here yet. But it's approaching. You can hear the grinding noise of it rubbing against the side.
Okay, so you
Can
said
I
Water.
listen out to see
25.
if I hear anything on that elevator? Can I tell besides the grinding? Do I hear talking? Do I hear?
Yeah, do a perception check.
you said it took 15 minutes to reverse, right? And now it's 20 minutes to come back up.
No, about 25 to 27 minutes
17?
have passed. You guys aren't keeping an accurate time count here, so you're not quite sure how much time has passed.
Okay.
17 on my perception.
17. You don't hear anything on other than just the scraping of rock, of like wood and metal on rock as it's
Okay, so I need to add those
and it's getting a little louder as it's getting closer.
What? Okay, can I? Were we hearing that before?
Mhm.
Okay, so this is not like the first time that it's happening.
It
Okay.
was a sound that it made when it came up the first time,
Okay.
and the sound got more distances up and down.
Okay.
In a couple moments, the elevator is approaching the top of the floor. Not quite there yet. Boop. It hits the top.
Are we going?
Let's go.
Do we have any information from Keysmont?
Go!
No,
Keysmont's not
Keysmont.
there.
It stops for 30 seconds, so Keysmont has to get off. It's not going to take him 30 seconds to be the whole thing.
We're gonna have to meet
So
him
we're
there.
gonna have to wait another 30 minutes for it to.
Everybody gonna get on?
Who's counting? We need to go. It's gonna go down.
Okay. Figured we'd wait. We don't know what we're. Let's go.
Do we want to wait that long?
That's like a whole hour.
It's
wait.
D&D. Let's go. Leroy. All right. I get on. I guide all the yaks onto the
I was
elevator.
about
It's
to say,
moving.
Alright. You pull the yaks on as the last yak foot steps on. It begins to descend. I was counting to 30.
I was- I had
I
a
think you
stopwatch
were.
going.
Nathan and I are in a yak, so we have wherever you guys go, we go. So
I'm in a basket.
yeah.
Yeah, I kind
Now
of
that
jump
we're
after them.
now that we're on it, I'm gonna ask if there's any elevator music being played. Hint. Hint.
There's just banging and clinking and heat becoming more intense as you descend down into this mountain.
It was pretty
Well, I'm
chilly.
loving it.
Sherry,
Did you guys know that wheat's a good
Oh,
insulator?
you know, I'm kind of glad I'm not buy winter clothing anymore.
Yeah.
Nice and comfy.
Yeah. Good on you for just swapping out of your freaking furs and all that.
Yeah. I just had my.
We're really hot here. So I take the lid on this basket.
We get down there and the two of you were like cooked.
Just
Yes.
passed out, unconscious, dehydrated.
Declan, eventually.
So, what was Keith's
Evangeline,
Mott's
you
as
see
you're
me.
descending this? What was his exact instructions you gave them.
Well, he was supposed to inspect and kind of give us a rundown of what he saw.
So when the elevator stopped, he was supposed to get
Off and kind of nose around, not like so far that it would take him forever to come back, but at least get an idea of what was up a little ways,
Okay.
if there's giants moving around.
7-8 minutes descending down. Elevator stops.
Oh shit.
And you guys find yourselves. I will be generous with the time, the 30-second time frame here, as I will read this to you, and I'm going to swap the map as well. Okay, I'm going to read this and then swap the map.
We have to make a decision on whether or not we're getting off here or we're going deeper.
Right. The time that has passed, you know the elevator was longer
Keysmont
than...
could have. Oh, we don't
Based
know
off
where
of what
he
you
got
said,
off.
he would have gotten off here.
Because
Elevator stopped. He got off.
He
That's what he
would've
was told to
gotten
do.
Mm-hmm.
A ring-shaped
Yep.
gantry is bolted to the wall of an elevator shaft 50 feet above the floor of the lower level. When the elevator stops here, the platform is level with the gantry. The circular space of that gantry surrounds is just wide enough for the platform to pass through it.
It's an opening.
Okay.
Characters can hear the rattling and chains all around them. It's coming out. And we're going to swap y'all's map to in...
We're never gonna find Keysmont again. Dang it.
He's lost forever.
He's just gonna be running around the
Call
top of this
out to him
mountain
and
for
see
all
if you
time.
can bring it back real quick.
Do what?
Call
Yeah,
out.
can I sense him here?
What's your range?
100 feet?
He's gonna take him.
He's gonna be like a
his
guiding
little feet.
mythical animal for another quest of adventurers that have to come here to recover something.
So technically, I don't. Whatever. But he could have technically made it back to the elevator because if it stopped here 7 minutes in and then continued on and then came back up, he could have been waiting on it. If he didn't.
No.
Well, that's true. He could have gotten back on it when it came back up. If he got off at that middle, it went down, it came back up, stopped again, he could have gotten back on it and come up.
But he didn't.
He did.
But he didn't because
He's
wasn't
dead.
there. I would feel it if something happened, right? Even if he's over 100 feet away, I'd feel the sever of the connection.
I don't know, what's your spell say?
Yield what it is spells.
So looking out, this is what you guys see out front, briefly.
Oh, look, it's a kitchen.
No.
No, it's a forge.
And these are buckets on a chain that are constantly moving. These buckets never stop moving. That is the clanging and banging.
I thought that's dirt. Probably ore, like iron or something.
You guys, the two of you can't see this. Y'all see a lot of wheat.
Yeah.
Is it
Because when we
like
sell
molten metal in there?
Hard to tell without getting closer, as they are suspended pretty high up in the air, and you guys are underneath them.
Not fast enough to make a 30-second run and back. You are not. Don't even think about it, Broderick.
You do not. What was your range on that?
I think 100 feet.
You don't sense him, and you can't communicate with him.
He would. That's a big decision.
No,
to make.
he would just leave us with the yaks in the elevator. Just yak
You
show up
can,
and
you can sense he's still alive.
Okay, so
He
if
hasn't-
something happened to him, I
He
would.
hasn't, your connection with him hasn't severed, but you're not in range.
Right,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
That's what I was wondering. Like, if something happened, if he was beyond the 100 feet, I'd know if something happened.
All right.
Okay, what are we doing? My guess is that Keysmont got off here.
Did Keysmont tell you anything?
He's out of range. I can't
Awesome.
speak to him right
So
now.
Keysmont's a little irrelevant.
Do you guys want to get off here, yes or no?
I see wheat. What are we looking at?
No, there's a conveyor belt with buckets.
And we need to decide now before it starts moving.
It doesn't sound like a place the chief would be.
This is accurate.
Our goal's the chief, right? That hasn't changed for anyone here.
No,
No.
that's where I'm going. Gonna
Whoa.
Chief it up.
I'll
And the
zero
elevator
in
begins to
there.
descend.
No, Keysmont!
I don't see a reason we would get off here. It's not looking very chiefly.
It's a
He's independent now. I mean, it's unless I dismiss him, he's got to make up his own decision.
It's okay. We'll find him again.
Yeah.
He's
If
smart.
nothing
He's gonna be
else,
king
I'll
of the
have
rats
to
of this
dismiss him, and
mountain.
we can.
He's gonna have a little crown, scepter,
Don't worry.
cape.
It's gonna lead an assault against like some other rodent.
Yeah.
We're gonna be in some fight, and in the background, kind of like Marvel Infinity Wars, there's just gonna be a swarm of rats climb up this giant and then leave just a husk, of just a skeleton.
Keysbot is the super
Like
weapon.
the Undead Army in Lord of the Rings. The
Yeah.
third one.
Yeah.
They were so OP.
Oh, they were so good.
Not
Like,
fair.
what?
I don't know that you've seen that part.
Probably not.
We started watching Lord of the Rings, and we made it at least to the beginning.
The extended cuts.
No.
What do you mean no?
No, because I had to sit through a whole long thing for 1 and 2. I'm not sitting through extended cuts.
The extended cuts are so much
It's a
better.
no!
They're so
How-
much better.
You
Now-
get so much more information, especially in the third one.
And
Character
she liked
development?
it. She
Oh my
liked the
God.
movies, but okay. Here's the thing: I don't know that she'd want to sit for that long because even though she liked it,
She could be wrong.
that's fair.
So you watch
But-
half of it.
Yeah, but how
The next
long?
day you come and you watch the other half.
How long are the extended cuts?
Right about 3 hours.
4 hours,
4 hours.
15 minutes.
47 seconds.
Like 15 hours for the three of them.
Yeah.
All right. The 500-foot tall elevator shaft that penetrates the fire
It's actually
giant
30.
stronghold ends here.
All right. So
Iron
reach the
pillars
bottom.
support a ring-shaped iron gantry, 50 foot overhead. Wide tunnels lead north and west. A flurry of goblin voices can be heard to the north. Also, here into the north, you see that there are large stone tables and benches.
You're gonna have to text me the name. I don't remember that. What was that?
Goblin voices.
What's that part?
Flurry of goblin
Flurry.
voices.
So are we at the end? Are we at the bottom?
Yes.
What's it smell like here?
Well, probably the yaks.
Roll perception.
Now,
Yeah.
well, the tunnel.
Have any of the yaks trapped on the elevator?
Probably.
Yeah, right. 14.
It smells like sulfur,
Okay.
yak,
Mm-hmm.
and
Shame.
kind of like you're in a really hot area. You kind of get like the heat. Like heat has a smell. Like
Yeah,
you're out
that
in the desert.
humidity almost.
Humidity,
Oh yeah,
heat.
like water vapor almost.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
Just, the heat here is
Sounds like Florida.
pretty intense.
Sulfur,
But it's
humidity.
like smoke, the fire, smoke and stuff from the fire, from stuff being smelted.
But not food.
Yeah.
Not that you can smell from here.
Okay. I am bringing yaks to offer them. What do you do with yaks? You eat them.
You don't cook them, just
Milk
eat them
them,
raw.
Okay.
Right.
I-
Are we saying
I-
because
Yeah,
we
we're
need
gonna
to
cook
get off?
Do we need to get over here?
No, the elevator's
Right.
not going up.
Up?
Oh, it's going up now.
Oh crap!
That was like over a minute.
Yeah.
This basket's really uncomfortable, guys.
I'm hot.
After a few minutes
Why does it feel like we're
pass-
going up again?
After a few minutes pass, about 7 or 8 minutes pass, and you find yourselves in
Can I
another
try to get a
familiar
short
area.
rest?
You're back in the room,
No legs are
looking
crapping
out
out.
with the buckets and the chains. And
Is Keysmont there?
Keysmont is not here.
Can I sense him?
Yes.
Okay. Keysmont, run back to the elevator. I tell him.
This is
That's a
movement.
good idea.
He's probably not gonna make it.
You can dismiss
My
him
little
from
legs
afar.
are cramping.
You just can't.
He's
summon
like-
Yeah, but I don't want to lose him.
Well, no. You just
I'm
like
in
poof
this
him,
basket, knees,
and then you can
bent
resummon him within 30 feet.
forever and a day now.
Oh, can I?
If if he's in 100 feet range, you can poof
Without having to like do my hour.
him. Right.
Oh, okay. I want to poof him closer to me then.
Okay. So this rat poops next to you.
Okay. Yay!
He's-
Keysmont's back.
He's sitting there next to you.
Alright.
Oh, Kismet, should we get off here?
I don't know what you're talking about. All I see is wheat.
Kismet, what did you find?
Well,
What did you find?
forget-
I was gonna say that's 30.
We'll figure it out with Keysmont.
Yeah.
You figure it out because we're in a basket.
D&D, stuck in the elevator.
We can't make a decision because we can't see
His
anything.
recommendation for elevator music is becoming quite.
Yeah. Okay.
That would've
What?
been
We've
great.
got plenty of time now for
We
Kismet
figure
to
it
tell
out
me
with
what
her,
he
'cause we
saw.
can't see anything, so we don't know what's going on. The decision has to be between you two.
Okay,
He's
so-
on a real.
I'm gonna put on my mask with water breathing, just so it's
all
so
the
humid in
humidity.
here. Just in case.
He's going to relate to you that he saw giants and orcs and slaves and orcs forging weapons, things like that. Didn't make it very far.
Yeah.
He only made it about 200 feet away from the elevator shaft. He was being
Okay.
very careful.
Good job. Kismet, good job. Okay.
So what do you think? Should
So-
we get off on the first or the second floor? So on the first floor, we got rattling chains and a bucket conveyor. And on the second level, goblin voices and large stone tables and benches. It smells like
Yeah, but
sulfur,
did you-
yak, and heat.
have you told us what Keysmont saw?
Yeah, you saw. Yeah, I just told y'all.
Okay, but apparently Keysmont saw giants and all that stuff. So I guess on both floors.
Oh, we
they're
saw.
not-
Oh, you said large stone tables and benches, as in giant size. Because large doesn't mean giant.
Yes, giant size.
So you hear goblin voices on the last one. On the first one, Keysmont saw slaves and giants and everything like that. How far did he go?
About 200 feet in.
Hmm.
So he must have gone and was coming back, and we were able to catch the connection on
He
his
was
way
taking
back.
his time. Like he would move a little bit, stop, look around, wait for people to move around, and move a little bit more.
So
Like a rat.
Yeah.
Maybe stealthy.
So y'all need to
He's
make
not
decisions.
And we're giving you all the same information. We've got about 30 minutes till we're back down there. So.
I mean, I guess
Guys, our objective is to get to the chief.
So where
Why
would the
do we-
chief be?
He's not gonna be where they make weapons.
he's not.
You sure?
I only heard
Why would he
goblins.
be?
on
He
the
might be
second floor.
overseeing it.
He has supervisors for that. A chief is gonna be in like a throne room with commanders planning an invasion or something, not overseeing weapon production.
I mean,
But that could be on that level if all of the goblins and stuff are down below mining.
Well, there were tables and chairs there. Maybe
Oh,
maybe the
well.
goblins are slaves.
But didn't
probably
you
wanna
hear goblins
inspect
on
his
that level?
weapons, make sure
On the
they're
bottom.
okay for battle. I mean, if he's a war-crazed chief and he wants, you know, he may not be. I mean, he's not gonna be making the weapons, but he'll probably just pop by, see what's going on.
What if we go down there and we take one of the goblins and question it on the way back up?
It's gonna take forever for us to wait for that elevator to come back.
For God's sakes, it's not like we're not waiting anyway.
Speaking on the way back up, you guys hit the top.
Air!
It's a lot cooler here. Despite being in the cave, it is still cooler here.
Oh gosh.
So we're just gonna ride it back down, yeah?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna stay crunched here, and you know.
Now, in the 7 or 8 minutes before we reach the first get off, we gotta decide where we're gonna get off.
First stop,
Begins
second stop.
To descend.
I mean, I guess we can do the second stop because you want to catch a goblin, and Zachlin thinks that the chief is in some war room and not on
Or
the
a
first floor.
throne room or
And
something.
then,
I don't
if
see
we
why he
decide
would...
to come back up, we can grab the first floor on the way up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, our experience with giants, even with the Cloud Giant Fortress, she wasn't like overseeing her guards.
It's kind of a
Like-
different situation.
Is it? Though? I mean, they're both waging war on everyone else.
Yeah, but she wasn't producing stuff. Like,
Yeah, you're talking about like cloud giant culture versus like fire
Yeah.
giant culture. Who are much more.
We don't know anything about them.
He was targeting.
Okay, so as people who speak giant,
What? Yes, we do.
You should know.
Yeah, of their culture, do we know which floor the chieftain is more likely to
Out of
be
their
at?
culture,
No.
which you know
No.
if fire
Are you
giants
sure?
are
That is
particularly
like-
dangerous or particularly war hungry or.
Okay.
You know, fire giants are much more aggressive
Yeah.
and, like you were saying, war-hungry, battle-focused giants.
Yeah.
They're not ones to be sitting around
So he's
wearing
I think
masks
he's on the first
and-
floor,
and
but
that demonstrate whatever emotion that they're feeling.
He's
Okay.
definitely
They
not
probably
in
only
the
have
throne
one.
room.
They probably-
yeah.
Anger.
So he's not in the throne room.
Don't be
He's out of-
surprised
in
if this
a war
giant's hair
room.
goes gold when you're fighting it. Been watching a lot of
If
BBC
that
lately.
happens, we're leaving.
We're watching a lot of these.
Yeah.
I actually have two.
There's only two places that this
But I'm
giant
watching the
is.
abridged one.
This giant has
There's
a
only two
tail.
places, yes. Like, there's
And
only
it's
two
a full
places
moon.
he can be.
Well, I mean,
He's
No,
either in
no,
the
no, no,
room
no.
or he's with the
I know all the
way
way
to the
giant
well, there's
That's it.
also only two places this elevator goes, but
Yes.
there's probably other.
yeah.
So
we don't know
are we
what's
going to get
beyond.
up on the first floor because we may think he's in the weapon thing, or go down to the last floor because maybe that's where a strategy room is. There you go.
Hey,
Odds.
everything else is settled by dice.
Yeah.
Roll one.
Odds, first stop. Evens, second stop.
Seems reasonable. We're all gonna die.
Evens,
Last stop.
second stop. Okay.
Alright, we're gonna go get us a goblin, huh?
There's a bunch of fire giants waiting to take the elevator as they get.
Well, that's when your roll comes in.
Yeah.
The elevator comes to a stop at the first position.
Do we
And it's
notice
sitting
anything during the stop? See any movement?
Maybe you can see a orc that you didn't notice before out there using a long stick that has a hook on it to pull molten lava out of those buckets that
So
are on
is this
chains
like
and
a
pour it
long?
into a
So
mold.
this isn't like a long, narrow. It opens up into a big room.
It opens up into a room, to a very wide room.
Holy crap! I thought there was like a tunnel.
No, it opens up into a room.
So anybody that's
10 foot
looking
squares.
in our general
Could
direction,
see us.
and potentially there's a lot of people looking at our general direction, would see the shaman. Hopefully, the shaman.
Where you're at here,
I don't really know what's
the
paying
only person
attention.
in y'all's view, which in return is
Is that
the only
orc?
person that can see in you, is the one orc that is focused on his task. How
Okay.
many orcs are in here?
So
There's
it's
giants
not.
in here.
We can see that the room is bigger than that.
Yeah,
But-
that it extends out.
Okay.
I think you can kind of get that from that map, though. You can tell that it extends both directions.
Right. I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
I.
So wait, there's
I
a
just
room
now
that way
imagine-
and that way.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
We're on like
God.
this glass elevator, and this shaman has now ridden twice these 3 acts. Are now. Okay, the first time, all right, that's weird, but what is he doing? Okay.
He actually just doesn't know how to get off the
Yeah,
elevator.
the elevator begins to move
The X
And
wouldn't
descend.
move.
You're just pulling on him.
farther down.
Okay.
After 6 to 7 minutes,
So there's goblins this way.
that way. Yep. I'll shoot it this way.
The only place to go.
Oh, we can go that way.
The elevator comes to a halt.
Oh, okay, I see what it is. Okay, let's get off.
Okay, I'm gonna get off, but I'm gonna get off right here.
All right.
Okay,
So
we're gonna go.
you're gonna take the yaks off in not the north direction, but the west direction.
Yes.
Okay.
That's all I can see from the elevator, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
As you move closer and kind of get out of the urgency of getting away from the elevator,
Yeah.
you can look into this room a bit and see that this is a very large room that feeds into an area where there is this colossal monstrosity of armor chained to the ground. Like it's like it would make a giant look like you.
Okay. Is it breathing?
No. It doesn't seem to be sentient or alive, but it's some kind of mechanism.
Okay.
That's about all you can see from where you guys are standing in this hallway. But every so often, you see... Hang on, let me read this to you.
Okay.
Because I want to get this right.
This is like that big golden in The Hobbit.
I don't think I've seen that.
Big, huge.
I haven't
Y'all
seen
haven't
The
seen The
Hobbit.
Hobbit. Andrew, you know what I'm,
I
you
read
know
the
what I'm talking
book.
about, right?
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
When they're
The
trying
golden
to,
statue? That's
Yeah.
not finished.
yeah, that they use the, yeah.
Alright, so
That's supposed to be an animated object or something.
every so often you see a
That'd be awesome.
iron ball
out there.
that is about 5 feet in width go flying by. This iron ball is riddled with holes that contain the roasted corpses of rock gnomes in them. Whenever the ball goes rolling by on the floor, a hellhound goes by to chase it.
This is
I
where
love this
we
place.
decided-
Then another hellhound goes by to chase it.
Of what? Rock gnomes or
Yeah.
dwarves?
They house the roasted corpses of rock gnomes. The two hellhounds fight over this
What are those?
to take it back.
What are those toys? Put peanut butter in. Starts with a K.
Yeah,
the
the
Kong.
Kong.
Like a
Is
Kong
is it a Kong? Is it a hellhound Kong?
Basically.
Okay.
And
I'm
one
gonna
of
whisper
them,
this.
as one of them goes to
That's
grab it,
what
the
I
other one
kill.
shoots a fiery blast out of its mouth, knocking it out of its reach in order to be able to grab it.
Yeah.
And they take it in the light back off, just out of your view there to the right.
Going with the gnomes would have been easier.
Okay. Yeah, we're going towards the goblins.
All right. To note, about 5 minutes have passed.
Okay.
So I don't think we can make it to the goblins because that's a large hole right there and we can't.
Well, if we're at the
No,
bottom.
this is the ground.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
gonna say,
okay.
this is the bottom. We should be able to walk through.
Yeah, I was letting you know. It's coming back down.
Right.
Yeah,
it's
but
still
it's
on its way up.
Just,
Well.
just in case.
Is it? How fast was this thing moving? Was it just like clinking?
Yeah, but it's not gonna stop.
Right. So,
It'll
but
be
it
bloody.
But
it
like,
would be a little
I
bit
mean-
like Austin Powers.
Three.
Yes, thank you. Ah! Yeah, if you get squished, you're an idiot.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's moving 500 feet in 15 minutes. Do we want to see how fast that's moving?
I'm not that curious.
Me either. Can we just rush under it?
Fast enough that if you're in the middle of the area and it's right here above you, I don't know that you're going to be able to get out from under it. Especially if we're in combat. And it's not your turn, but it's the elevator's turn.
We're gonna need the elevator turns.
Can we haste the elevator?
I did. Alright, so you guys, you're going to make your way around and out. Kind of around past, the elevator kind of has these pillars that it kind of sits on. It doesn't sit all the way on the ground, but it kind of rests down on these pillars. But
Right under it.
it's they're about 5 to 6 feet off the ground. These
Okay,
pillars.
so like we would be safe if it did come all the way down.
Maybe a yak, probably not, but
Ugh. But we would
They
be.
Well,
would
you
be
guys can get
slightly
around.
depressed.
yeah.
It's okay. We're in the basket.
Okay, yeah.
So going around to the other side here,
It feels like we're not moving.
let me read you the description of this room.
I'll describe to them
Okay.
what I saw in the other
That sounds awesome.
room. Yeah, but I don't want the hellhounds to eat the yaks.
So looking into this room are very large, as I was saying, giant-sized tables and chairs, and 30 goblins are midst of cleaning and feasting in the feasting hall when you guys first arrived.
Only 30.
They are frantically tidying up giant-sized plates and mugs while fighting over any table scraps. Iron braziers and alcoves dimly light the hall. Pillars Pillars and basalt partition walls support 50-foot high vaulted ceilings, from which hang heavy iron chandeliers that have candles with cobwebs on them. Set into the north wall is a fireplace, and arranged around about the room are basalt table covers with bronze dishware. An iron spit is mounted above a fireplace that is fueled by natural gas.
That's cool. I like that idea. Natural gas, because it's a mountain, it's just there.
Oh God.
That is.
You like the flame or the
He was called the Duke. There you go. He's the Duke.
Nice.
I'll say we didn't have a name. We just knew he called the something.
Boom. Okay, so that's what you guys see. There is a hallway off to the right, hallway off to the left, and then there's also doors further down to the left.
You said they're cleaning. Are they carrying stuff somewhere?
Yes, they are cleaning and carrying stuff off. Let me see which way they're going.
Smart rock. Don't John.
They're cleaning stuff from this area and moving it up to the farther area. This is like a cooking area, cooking and cleaning of dishes area. So the goblins are moving around down in the lower area, eating any scraps that are left, climbing up on the table in order to make these dishes. Very big for a little goblin.
Right. Okay.
What do you guys want to do?
I don't think that it's gonna be as easy to like find somebody to be like, hey, we have an offering. Where do we go? Like,
Yeah, do we just tell one of these guys to go get him? Because that's probably not going to happen. Or we can kind of stalk around the hallway and knock on a door that looks like it says, I'm the Duke. And be like, hey, we're making something special for you.
you can hear us.
That's,
Yeah, but you can hear us.
you don't think a talking basket's gonna be a little bit odd.
Okay, so,
This is on YouTube.
I mean,
should I start walking down one of these hallways?
let's grab a goblin and at least maybe ask. God, there's 30 of them.
Eventually, just be ready.
Wait. Can I?
If I tap on your basket 2 times, we need fire.
Tell him, one's like one owl, lights like another owl. That's what the hobbit.
Dang it! I wish I just had.
So what are we
like,
doing?
a mez.
Because these goblins are scurrying about. It's
She's
only a
looking.
matter of time before they notice your
Yeah,
presence.
for sure.
She's looking at something real quick.
Yeah. Could I crown madness one of them and get them to like come to me? I know it's not really the same thing as charm.
You can try. Do you want to try?
Yes. So the nearest one that like I'm guessing they're kind of scattered around. Is there one kind of? I guess we're in here, right?
Yep, you guys are in this area right here, kind of in the doorway, as to ensure that you're not in this area down here in the platform area.
So
Kinda in this doorway.
when one kind of wanders off on his own close, I want to throw Crown of Madness at him.
Read me kind of Crown of
Isn't
Madness.
that visible?
Well, yeah, I mean something shows up above his head is the thing. Where was it?
Could just go
saw it. See, it talks about combat. Okay, one humanoid of your choice you can see must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or be charmed by you for the duration.
Mm-hmm.
While it's charmed, the twisted crown of jagged iron appears on its head. A madness glows in its eyes. The charmed target must use its action before moving on each of his turns to make a melee attack. That's when he's attacking. On your subsequent turns, you must use your action to maintain control.
So it must attack.
It doesn't say it has to attack.
You just said it before it can move. It must make an attack.
It kind of makes it insane.
Must
sounds like.
use its action
Like
before
madness.
moving on each of his turns. Before moving on each of his turns to make a melee attack.
So, this one goblin breaks off from the crowd, karate chopping the air. As it makes its way over to the
Yes, I think
axe.
it makes him kind of crazy. But you sound like you said it must use this action before moving to make a melee attack.
I don't know. I thought I had. I guess I need
Charm or compel or command, something like that would probably be better than combat.
Yes. Dang it.
Combat, this is good for combat, this situation. I mean, you can always. Hey,
I was a
Yeah, I mean,
come over.
I
here.
just thought that if I could use something like that, it would be a little more stealthy. But you would probably should get its attention.
yeah. I'll walk forward with the axe, and
Into the room.
yes,
All right, let's get our menus on the map here. Let's blow this map up just a bit where we can kind of see. I think you guys are over there.
okay.
There's a yak. There's a yak. I got 2 yaks. That'll work.
It's close enough.
Close enough.
Is that a ghost yak?
Ghost yak.
He ain't coming back.
Declan's in the ghost yak.
Hey, it's
Evangeline's in the other yak.
August.
It's awfully suspicious, yak.
Why is one of your yaks already dead?
All right, so you got.
We don't
Right.
have switched.
Who is this?
That was the cat girl.
Yeah.
The girl.
I honestly don't remember her character's name other than Ye.
Kanye.
Yeah. Kanye East.
Put the yak on the map and not in the void wall space. There we go. Okay. Goblins. Lots of goblins.
Yeah.
There's lots of goblins out there. Let's throw a few goblins out there.
I think they call them gobbies.
Each one of those represents 10.
And they're all in stacks.
These are the goblins
Oh
that are
no!
over
That's a
in
problem.
this area.
Oh gosh.
On the tables.
They're kind of running around. They're not stationary. They're in and out, running around to areas, grabbing dishes, licking knives, spoon lickers, trying to get anything they can left out of a cup.
Keysmont kind of pokes his little nose out from underneath my clothes and does this sniff. I'm like, no.
Sees a bit of uneaten cheese over in the corner.
Stay.
It's a crumb to a giant, but a whole massive.
Oh, God. I look at him and Keysmont's eyes are this big.
Like Monterey Jack from Rescue Rangers. Cheers.
That was such a good movie.
All right, Brock. What's the plan here?
Oh, God.
Okay, I'm going to.
We need Oreo.
Yeah, for sure. Get somebody's attention.
I'm going to.
Brock is big. She might be a little intimidating.
Honestly,
to
just
the
walk up to
goblins.
one of them like you're normal.
Yeah.
Like this is
That's-
a normal
ew.
thing, right?
Are we? Am I close enough to just grab one of them?
No, you guys are still kind of in the room slightly. The tables are about 30 to 40 feet into this room, which is where they are.
So the things are about 10 feet.
10 foot squares.
Squares.
So he doesn't move into the room some more.
Okay, I'm going to loudly tell my slave to stay here. And I want to sound like the yak people that I was around before.
All right, I got your performance check from earlier. We're gonna hold it because it's pretty good, so we're gonna use that.
Okay. And I'm going to.
Ooh, that servant boy.
All right, so what are you saying to her?
Wait here.
No, I need Brock to say it. I don't need you to tell me what you're going to say. I need you to just do it.
Wait here.
Awesome.
I take the reins
You doing a
and I'm
voice?
standing
Doing
there with my
another
little
voice?
head down.
Yeah, you gotta do Brock impersonating a
Yeah.
That's funny.
And then I'm going to march over to the closest goblin, take out one of my shaman bones, bonk it on the head lightly just to grab its attention.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So I see you walk up to this goblin as he doesn't even hardly even he's so focused on what he's doing and focused on trying to make sure he can get some food because these goblins they're hungry and they're opportunistic. They grab whatever they can. He's grabbing a side like dessert dish off the counter and he grabs it and pulls it down and you bonk him on the head. And he turns and looks at you. And he's kind of like looks. He's expecting. Doesn't know what to expect really, because I mean a giant wouldn't treat him like that. Like just come up, just block him with a bone. So he and looks and sees you and kind of drops his plate and you got his attention. And he's slightly stunned, so he doesn't know how to quite react yet.
I'm going to say.
I have an offering for the Duke. Point me in the direction of his quarters.
Alright, roll a... Oh, I need a couple rolls here.
Okay.
1, I need you to convince this goblin that you have an offering for the Duke.
Okay.
So I need a...
Persuasion.
Do a persuasion.
But you do
He turns around and points. Yaks.
slave elf.
Pearls.
19.
19.
Pearls tucked in my very little
Okay.
raggedy clothing that I'm wearing. I'm feeling very exposed.
Roll an
Me and Brock looks
intimidation
very
as well.
similar.
Okay.
What's up, Brock? Feels all the time. You don't feel so icy cold.
Oh, it's nice and warm down
There's
here.
like
I'm
a-
comfortable.
there's-
Y'all are roasting. I'm good.
I was gonna say, from your pale, milky skin, that's usually frozen cold. There's like actual
That's a
color
9.
coming back, and you're just like, what is
A
this?
nice. Okay.
I feel warmth. I feel life. What is this?
Start dealing yourself necrotic damage. Start
For what?
Intimidation.
stabbing yourself with your dagger. Make it stop.
I knew the giants that do
I'm
it.
like, it's too hot.
If he was a frost giant subservient, I would have advantage, but I don't.
Or,
The bell-
fire giant subservience.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Are goblins ever not subservient?
No, not really. He's gonna look up to you and go,
Are they, is it for eating? Or is it just for keeping?
It's not for you.
Well, the kitchen's that way.
and he points ahead and kind of down the hallway to the left.
But you're not allowed into his quarters. You'll be killed on sight. But if you must, it's to the right.
Thank you.
And I'll pull out a ration and give it to him.
All right, so you hand him a ration. He grabs this ration and he looks at some leftover food that is twice the size of the ration on his plate, and looks way better than a ration. And kind of puts it in his pocket and goes about eating.
I'm gonna march back over to my yaks with a flourish of my shaman accoutrement. I'm assuming there's a cloak there.
And 3 or 4 of the goblins at this point are going to turn and notice y'all's presence. And two of them go up and start grabbing and pulling on your slave a little bit, on your elf slave, trying to get her attention and pull her.
I'm
in a
going
direction.
to use my new class ability,
Okay.
Intimidating Presence, so that
Okay.
I make a DC 15 Wisdom.
Now, what are you saying to them? And are you saying anything?
I'm
Well,
going
I'm
to.
kind of pushing him away, but then after thinking about it for a minute, I do want to talk to him because they
Okay.
might talk to me.
Well, he doesn't know that.
Yeah, I
yeah,
don't
I know.
know
He
that.
doesn't talk. He doesn't know
and
that.
I don't like what's happening.
Well, I'm gonna wait and see what he does because I'm kind of like I'm not.
So you have
quite
intimidating
getting-
presence?
Yeah. So it's probably single target.
I love that. Well,
Let's
what
see.
am I
Intimidating
gonna
presence.
do?
You can frighten a
Alright.
creature that you can see within 30 feet. If it can see and hear you, it must succeed on a Wisdom DC 15 saving throw or be frightened until the end of your next turn. You can use your action to extend the duration of this effect each turn, unless it moves out of line of sight or more than 60 feet away.
What was the DC?
15.
50.
Oh. It sounded like you said 50, but 15.
Oh yeah.
Okay, he failed. One of them fails.
Okay.
Is it only one target? Is it a single target?
Yeah, single target.
Okay, so one of the ones that's pulling on her, he fails, and so what are you saying to him?
Okay, so the one that failed, I'm going to bonk him. I'm not trying to cause damage.
Yeah.
I am just a shaman who's technically probably also subservient to the fire giants, but in my head, higher up the food chain, and
Then a
I'm going.
goblin.
Yes,
Okay.
and I'm going to. So I bonk him on the head real quick, and I say, in kind of a, I guess kind of like a
Say it
old haggy voice now.
Just say it.
like you would.
I'm trying to think of how that would sound though. That's mine.
All right. So Brock, not taking too kindly to this goblin, groping and pulling at his slave, bonks one of them. It lets go and quickly begins to move away from you.
Okay.
The other one, seeing what happens, kind of lets out drops to the ground a little bit, lets out just nasty hisses, and then goes about his business.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, I kind of lost my chance. Like Gollum.
Yeah.
Okay.
We know where the quarters are, so I don't really know if there's really any information else that they could give us.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna huddle close to the axe, and I'm gonna kind of like pretending I'm petting them.
It's been some time. I need
Okay.
all new rolls from everyone.
Okay.
For what?
For what?
Stealth
fighting.
and animal handling.
Okay.
So let's do animal. And
Oh, nice.
At 20, man, I am dominating these yaks.
Cool.
That's what you have her for.
When Brock loses control, I get him back.
What's our animal handling?
7.
Nat 20, so 23, 22, something like that.
Declan, what was your stealth?
19.
21.
Nice. Good stealth rolls, guys.
We are
Nice stealth
hiding in
rolls.
wheat.
Allergic to wheat.
If you rolled, you may be. Well, you roll. Start sneezing a bit. A little thing tickles your nose. Your stealth roll was good. Okay, so you're able to continue to, with the help of your slave, you're doing most of the work. Maybe you got a loose grip on one of the yaks, but you're kind of trying to get a beat on where you're wanting to go. And you guys begin to move down the middle of the ring. Where are you guys going?
Yeah. So I want to be away from the elevator, enough to where we won't get smushed by said elevator.
Yep.
And
Said elevator's
I'm
back
huddled
here.
close to the yaks to where these two in the baskets can hear me, and I'm going to give them the information of the chieftain's room is to the right. He will kill us if we go in there. We can go to the kitchen area.
And do what in the kitchen?
Yeah, so the best shot I've got in the kitchen area is when you start cooking, right? And make it smell so good, he comes out of his room and sees what's going on.
You could also also just go knock on the
So
door.
what?
Right,
is-
where we
so-
would be killed.
Okay.
Well, no, we'd be killed if we just walked in. From my
And he's gonna come
understanding.
in the kitchen area by himself and see all of us? What am I supposed to do? Hide in a pot?
Well, I can take
In
the
fairness, I'm
basket.
not opposed to this plan.
And
Also,
he
what
may
do you
come
want
with
to cook?
other people.
The yak.
You know how to cook yet?
Yeah. My tribe actually followed herds around as nomads, and we made all of our sustenance and
If you make good
material
smelling
wealth
food,
off
Do
of
an
more
insight
than
check.
one person gets to watch.
That's a good point.
If you make good
I don't know if we
smelling
did or
food,
not.
more than one person
So
gets to
yeah,
watch.
sure.
I'm just saying.
You believe him or don't believe him, it's up to you.
Have you ever like one person is not going to show up for good smelling food? It will draw everybody.
Okay. Yeah.
That's a valid point.
I mean, it's
Including all
food.
these
It will
But
everyone.
we need someone else. Like we need another giant to go get him.
What if?
Honestly, we should have stopped at the first floor, found the foreman, and had him go get him. Or
I
whoever
mean,
was in
I'm pretty
charge
sure
up there.
that man's bedroom is guarded.
Yes.
So if we walk down this hallway towards his room, I mean, we're gonna run
You can
into
just
a guard.
ask for an
who's-
audience.
Yeah, and we could just stop in front of the first giant we see and then ask for it. Yeah.
Okay, so
Well,
we're
with the
gonna
audience,
walk
it
down the
might not just
hallway
be
to
him.
the right.
So you guys
I'm just saying
gonna
the best
I'm along
idea
for
that
the
we have
ride.
so far. Or if you go in the kitchen to see if there's a cook. But
What cook us?
ask the cook for audience. I'm just saying there's only two reasons. I think we should just go to the right. Take our chances. I'm
What's the
hiding
worst
in a
that happens?
basket.
We have to fight our way out. What a surprise! What a surprise!
It'd be a good
Sorry, I got my
time
nice
to
hair
start
ready to
now,
go.
because it's been some time, and maybe the elevator's back
Oh
on
my
its way
god,
down.
yes. We're getting chased. We have to wait
Whatever we
I think
do,
there's some
15
stairs
minutes for
somewhere.
the
we
Oh,
need to
yeah,
make a
sure.
decision. My legs are cramping. I'm
Giant stairs.
bent in this basket for how long now?
How are we gonna get the
I'm
action?
too out.
I mean, how
Alright.
I'm gonna get on this basket and be wobbly and
Guys, I
can't
need to
stand.
pee.
Are we there yet? Alright, let's go find us a guard.
Right.
I'm gonna be useless to y'all.
All right. So
You should
just
be
stretch
heading
for a couple
action.
actions.
Long rest again.
heading down
Be
this
working on
room,
your spells right now.
the goblins.
There's a little candle in there.
Ah!
The goblins aren't really paying you much attention as you guys are. You're putting off this confident air, like I'm supposed to be here.
Yeah.
I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm carrying
Real
these
quick,
jacks down
Let's
to.
pause.
Alright, let's go.
So you guys head up the middle here. The goblins really aren't paying attention to you as you're
Okay.
you're putting off this aura. You're supposed to be here. You know where you're going. You know what you're doing.
Okay.
It's just another day.
Yeah.
So you guys make your way up, and you're gonna go to the right here.
Yep.
All right. So looking down this hallway here, you see. I'll slide it this way. That the hallway splits. You haven't gone down the hallway yet, but standing here inside the dining hall, for lack of a better terms, you can see that at the end of this hallway is a brazier that's putting off some light, and then there is a side tunnel that goes to the left or to the right.
He didn't tell me.
As we're walking, is there anyone around that can hear me if I'm whispering to these baskets on the X?
There's goblins all over the place. So, whether they pay attention to you or not, you can risk it. It's up to you.
Brock, just pick a direction. Go left.
Oh, I wasn't even thinking about that. Yeah, we'll go left.
So, entering further into this hallway, you see a doorway to the north
He said to the right.
and a
Yeah,
doorway.
Maybe.
No,
Oh.
no, he said
the
to the
south.
right. This
Oh.
is
I know,
to the
but
right.
maybe.
Oh, but it looks like, okay. Looks like
To the
there's
south.
more of us.
What?
Squares make a circle.
So
These
on the
squares
right
make a
side,
circle.
what is it? That's a door?
Both
Yep,
are
there's
doors.
two doorways. But standing out front of these doorways,
Both doorways?
both doorways, is a giant.
Okay.
So there's two giants in this hallway.
Gotcha. Does one of them look more heavily decorated than another?
The two giants look equally decorated. And as you approach, both the giants are going to step forward and turn to you.
Okay.
And they look at you. What are you doing down here, Yak Man? Your kind's not allowed.
I came with an offering and a request with an audience for the Duke.
The Duke has no interest in speaking to a lowly Yak Man. Return to the surface and give your offering the way it's supposed to be. Remove yourself.
We found something.
And he steps forward. He goes, a Yak Man can never find anything a giant is interested in. Remove yourself.
I'm gonna tug on you.
Okay.
I still want to say something, but I can't. I still want to help him
That
out.
basket's talking.
We found talking baskets.
Is that what you found?
Darn it,
So,
that little whispering spell would have been so great right now.
real quick, give me a second. I apologize.
Are you gonna try to use intimidating presence on them?
I don't think you can use that.
I don't know.
Yeah, I can just use it.
There's not a
It's
big
an
rush.
action.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Try to so that you're from a different language. If it's few lines. That was also absorbed,
So, I'll leave if that's what you guys want, but I thought you should know that I'm from a different Yakman tribe than the one that's up there, and they were conspiring to poison you guys, and I put a stop to that. But I've also brought a gift from my tribe. Was supposed to come over there for training, which is why I thought, maybe.
Roll a deception, because you're straight up lying to this dude. That's not persuasion.
That one's not good.
Oh my gosh. Oh no.
Yeah, that's only an 8.
An 8.
So they're not. Giants aren't known for being their smart. Yeah, so maybe. Might work.
Main problem is if could they do they even care?
Right?
They probably don't.
Oh, good. You killed him. Now we don't have to.
Yeah.
All right. So it's All right. Well, let the dice roll where they lay.
That
2?
reaction, though.
Yeah. Yeah, he got a 2 on his whether he was not going to believe you or believe you. So he's going to believe you. He kind of looks at you and goes, very well. Return to the surface, and we will have someone meet with you. But you were not to be down here.
Oh, is that how you guys do? Okay, yeah, okay. Alright, well, yeah, okay.
So I'm gonna walk back the other way.
Okay.
Oh my god.
He's going to keep an eye on you and see which way you go.
I'm gonna go towards the elevator.
Okay.
Who are you meeting?
And-
Someone will meet you.
Hold on.
As you make your way to the elevator, the 2 giants are following a slight distance behind you to ensure you get on this elevator.
Okay. I plan on getting on the elevator. I was hoping to
Well,
let
that-
her to my baskets.
So you're saying
So
here,
nonchalant. I would like to stealth conversate with my baskets.
Pretend you're talking to the.
There-
We're next to the
it's-
elevator's
well,
so loud,
well,
right?
Talk
It's
to
loud
me.
down here.
Yeah.
And we'll still.
But
hear
loud
you.
enough where
Yeah, just have the conversation with her.
I just don't want people to hear what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. So you're gonna quietly
whisper
talk
to
to her.
me.
Right.
Yeah.
The giants are staying back a bit
Okay.
because they're not like right up on you like here to here, but they're giving you 30, 40 feet.
Maybe,
Do we attack these giants?
maybe you should ask
Or do we-
who is leading you to the top, because we are only interested in the giant chief. So if somebody else is leading us on the top, that's a no-go. Tell them it's a no-go. You want to speak to the giant chief.
What if we talk to the person who meets us and convince them to let us
No,
meet with the
because
chief?
We'll have to go back down. We're already down here. They already don't want us down here. You think they're going to let us go back up to come back down? Not happening. We're here now. You need to be forceful and just let them know, hey, we're here already. We really want to speak to him. Or to figure out who it is, because
Or
it
you
might
could try
be-
to scare them into giving them a shaman fortune that they'll die if you don't talk to the
Yes.
chief. After all, that's your specialty.
So, bro, sit down. We're waiting on the elevator.
Okay.
Sit down, start throwing your
Start throwing your
bones.
bones, bro, and be like, dude, no, actually, I gotta talk to you real quick.
yes, don't get on the elevator.
Okay, alright,
We
okay.
have 30
Okay.
seconds to make something happen, so don't get on the elevator.
So I'm going to take out my bones. No, this is what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm going to be fiddling with some of my bones, and I'm going to accidentally drop them. And as I'm going to pick them up, and, oh, sorry.
You gotta turn in their direction and lean over and look over your shoulder.
Well, I'm gonna look at the bones and I'm gonna stop. And I'm going to be like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, it's a sign. This is crazy. And I'm gonna turn back towards the giants and say, this is a sign. I have to meet with the Duke right now.
The Duke does not care about Yakman Shaman. If you want to meet with him, he will see you with your head on a platter.
Okay. I'm going to. How do I want to do this? I will say,
Man, I'll follow your protocol, but when he finds out what I'm trying to tell him,
Man.
when he finds out what I'm trying to tell him, what I need to tell him, the information that I have for him, he's not gonna like that it was delayed.
Suppose we'll find out then, huh?
I'm gonna try not to laugh in my basket.
I'm going to go back to looking at my bones and kind of turn towards the group.
The war is winning and getting
If it's so important, you can tell us. We'll relay it to the chieftain.
What I need to say is more complicated than just something you'd be able to tell him. I've seen
Wait,
these.
are you
vision-
calling me dumb? Are you insulting me, Yakman? Are you insulting my intelligence?
I'm gonna
lonely little peon yak folk?
I'm gonna get defensive and kind of puff my chest out a little bit.
Stop behind you.
Shit.
Just
I'm gonna say,
I've had visions of the campaign and the fate of the war, and
The fate of the war is going to be dreadful for you if you do not get on that elevator.
says you, however, are you gifted with visions, because what I see is vital that the Duke hears of it. Why do you think I'm down here other than for a valid reason? I'm just gonna walk in here.
You said you were from another tribe that you didn't know the protocol, so yeah.
I didn't know.
And the elevator goes up.
Oh god, he's gonna be. Oh gosh.
I was trying to leave. You guys were like, "Nah, we're staying." Alright.
That's fine.
And
But you need
the
to.
giant is gonna stop at you. He's gonna pull out his sword, kind of drag it across the ground, leaving fire and indenting this marble behind him. If you do not get on that elevator, it will be the death of you. I don't care about your visions of some stupid yak god. You know, after the ordning, perhaps we will kill your yak god.
Is the elevator available to get on?
Not yet.
Another 30 minutes.
We have a whole.
30 minutes.
You got 30 minutes. Just stand here and look at this guy awkwardly.
I try to convince him as he's standing. Keep trying to convince.
Yeah, you're doing so good. Go ahead.
Yeah.
You're winning him over.
Right. Oh my gosh. You're whispering this from the basket?
No, she's not.
Can they hear me if I whisper in the basket?
No,
Are they that
she's-
close?
No, they're still further back.
Okay.
They're yelling at you from like
Oh.
50 feet.
Okay, so I can whisper.
Oh,
Yeah, you can talk to him.
I thought he approached with his sword trying.
No.
I was like,
He
no,
kind
no,
of just
no,
like,
no.
you pull it out and just kind of like drug it.
Tell him somebody's trying to steal his conch shell. If you have information, it's fired off. You know what?
If Evangeline is telling me to say
You know
something,
what?
I'm gonna say it.
Your venture from afar, so you've heard about a group of people that are going around stealing conch shells, and you've tried to inform him. It just happens to be. you
Say what?
It's just us. And you wanted to inform him personally because you have information that's vital that only he can know on his conch shell or something like that. Just try it.
Okay, so we're gonna get on the elevator when it comes back down. But while we're standing here, you guys, one of the things that I need him to know, okay, it's pretty important that he knows it, is that there's a group of people that are trying to take these conch shells from giant leaders, and I traveled very far for that.
Roll a performance. You didn't lie to him. At all. Everything you said right there was not a lie.
Gosh!
I think it's an 8.
Right.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
The other, the giant turns and looks at his buddy standing next to him, and the one next to him walks off.
Okay.
He walks past you, under the elevator shaft, into the right. So down that other hallway,
Okay.
where you guys saw the dogs playing. Don't know where he goes, but he walks off.
I'm going to whisper to Raven. Okay, spot.
I'm gonna send him after him.
Alright, so he's gonna follow him.
Very discreetly.
Oh my god.
Not gonna be
Roll,
seen.
roll a
Hug
stealth
the
for him.
walls, the little dog.
Yeah, I was gonna say pass the hell out.
Did you forget about
Oh my gosh, he's gonna get eaten.
Brock,
Oh, he
by the
dead.
way-
He is so dead.
4.
Brock, by the way, has seen this thing poof into non-existence and then just come back, so he's really not worried about it.
Yeah. 4. I don't know what he has on, like what I add for
It's
spell.
probably a +1.
It's probably a 0.
I said at best a 1.
Yeah.
Alright, so I tell him, Keys not follow him.
So Keysmont follows him. They're trotting down the hallway.
Stealthily.
Stealthily.
He didn't
Somewhat
hear that. He
stealthily.
was too far gone.
At that point, the
He just
rat,
starts squeaking.
the rat stands up and like hugs the wall and.
They're
Are you
from
guys
where you
so,
guys are
like,
standing, you can hear what
being forceful about
this other
thing.
giant says
Okay.
as it moves to the edge of this room. and it speaks very loudly. He yells, Duke! What's his name? Duke Zoltan? I think it's Duke Zoltan.
Are we lying to this guy? What do we, how does this end? We just kill him and try and take his conch shell?
Zolto. Duke Zolto! There's someone here claiming to have information about conch shells. And you hear that metal ball hit the ground again and roll. Another giant yell from the side. Gather the men. I will meet with them in my chamber.
It's so much worse. It's so much worse.
I mean, we're in his chamber. The men will probably be farther away.
Are we lying to, how, our goal is to get this conch shell. How are we getting this conch shell, guys?
Tell him the half truth. There's people coming to steal the conch shell. You heard about them stealing the cloud lady's own.
So I've had a vision, and
Your vision was that you
believe
had.
it or not,
You
the
had-
only way to make sure that you maintain possession of this conch shell is to give it to me for safekeeping.
to take back to my tribe on a
Yes.
tropical isolated
Because
island.
Dobishit, the Countess did not believe you when you told her, and then her conch shell got stolen.
That's right.
I like it.
That's what we're
Okay.
going with.
And
So-
then when he calls BS on it, then
Well, then you
Unbelievable!
are we attacking?
then you
Oh
can.
my god.
Oh god.
I don't want to just.
I know!
Whoa.
What else are we doing?
The giant comes back into the room, and he says something in giant to the other giant, which the two of you can understand. He says, the Duke will see them momentarily in his war chamber, along with the 50 elite.
Oh god! There's no attacking! I hope you rolled a new character.
Okay. So you guys.
That was just white inside his back.
Yeah. What is the thoughts here? Because if you leave it up to Brock, we're gonna be in some trouble.
And he says they are to return to the surface until we call for them.
Oh, thank god we have some time to think.
Sometimes you leave. Think about what? I signed up for killing a giant, not 51 giants. Okay.
And
Elite.
you guys hear this massive, just of rubbing of iron and metal, and your only assumption is could be those giant doors at the entrance that are right down in. I'll show you where they're at because you guys are close to them. Right down here.
Oh god.
Down here, and 6 more giants come in along with hordes of orcs and ogres come marching in.
Hordes of orcs and ogres.
How many people are in a horde?
Wait, you just
Is that
told
like a
us he'd meet us.
battalion?
Oh,
It's not really
That's-
a-
okay. We have to go up, and then they'll call us
They'll
back.
bring us back down.
Okay. Oh god.
A few moments pass, and an elevator arrives back on the ground, and the giant says, "Are you going to get on it this time?" And he kind of slides his sword around a bit.
Yeah, I mean, I said I was gonna get on it.
So we'll get on the elevator.
So you get on the elevator along with your yaks.
Yeah.
The 2 giants are going to step on the elevator with you.
Okay. All right.
It begins to ascend.
He's not! Where is he? Did he come back?
He's back here. He's here.
Okay.
He's following that giant around. He's still following.
Oh, okay, because so the giants with okay. I kind of pat my leg.
And the giants begin to speak to each other in giant.
Okay, I'm gonna let on like I don't understand what they're saying, but I am curious.
And the first giant says over to the other one, the Duke wants them to return to the Yak village. But this one says he killed everyone in the Yak village. Why don't we take them to the first floor and put them in the prisoners' chambers until we call for them? The devil nods.
And we've got like 7 minutes until we get to this other floor, potentially. Maybe a little bit longer because
Roughly.
you know, it's heavier. Giant zone.
Probably not. I mean, it's like the Giants.
They're super tall, right? So they can't hear me from whispering.
They were close to you.
Oh gosh. Okay.
But I mean, there's elevator noise, right?
Grinding and rubbing. If it ascends.
Can I whisper in the grinds?
Okay, so Declan heard that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay. How far away from... Alright, well... I'm going to go over to the yaks and, you know, take care of them in the stressful environment of the elevator. I'll even tell them... Yeah, they don't really like all this loud noise. They're kind of dumb. And I'll whisper to the group. Yeah, they're gonna lock us in this prison until we're summoned into this chamber with 50 elite giants, and I don't know if you saw the hordes of orcs and stuff that, you know, came in. There was a lot of people. Should we kill these two guys and escape and come up with a different plan?
Can I whisper back, or is he gonna hear me?
Oh, you're good. You're good. You can whisper.
Conveniently say, man, I'm glad I'm going back up to the surface. I can grab some more of my shaman stuff before I meet the chief. Just like, hey, so glad that,
And
you
then
know,
if they try to throw us in prison, I kill them.
yeah. So just
Right, but if
Or
they're
say,
they're dead before we get to the
conveniently
second floor.
say, oh, well, you know, it's a good thing we're going up there. Man, I forgot to get such and such for the chief. You know, glad we're going back up there.
Or you could also just not be able to get the axe to move.
Be careful about the yaks. Just say you're glad you're going up to the surface without leading them on that you know.
Just we only have to hold them back with 30 fucking seconds. It's like
coordinate your
Well, we don't. Okay.
I'm running out of time.
So I'll say.
Running out of time.
Alright, guys. If we kill them right now, on the elevator,
No.
there's a bunch of noise. People can't
No.
hear us.
We don't have 30 seconds to pull their bodies off. If they go back down to the ground, it's freaking war. Just say, I'm so glad I'm going up to the surface.
They're not
to
gonna
grab-"
fucking care about what
You-
happens.
Who knows?
Just tell
You
them.
have the chief wants to meet you. That means you have important stuff for the chief.
Oh, gee, guys, I sure am glad that I'm going back up to the village. I'm gonna cook up some good yak gumbo, and there's some really important stuff that I need to bring down when I visit.
I'm just standing there with my little slave head down.
The giants don't acknowledge that you said anything. The two of them are standing there.
Push these fucking things off the elevator, please. That's the best you couldn't imagine that you needed ingredients for like seeing the future.
The elevator comes to a stop on the first floor.
Okay.
The giants say, "Get off." He grabs one yak and throws it off. He grabs another yak and throws it off. The other one grabs a third yak and throws it off. He says to you, "Get off."
Well, they're in the yaks. I'm gonna get off.
You guys gonna get off?
Yeah. Well, they already did.
They got off. So the two of you. So they begin
The
to.
village is actually up higher, guys.
We're not going to the village. You're gonna be staying down here where we can keep an eye on you.
Oh, okay.
I'm being crushed by a yak, okay? I'm not talking.
You know, if we killed him in the elevator, we wouldn't be having problems right now.
You know how long it would have taken us? It wouldn't take us, like,
We had 7 minutes.
That's a lot of combat rounds.
That's
that's
70
true,
rounds
but
of combat.
still, How are you going to explain dead giant bodies?
Hopefully, no one would see us. There's one dude who's working the fucking thing. I apologize for the language. I'm a little stressed right now.
But you could have been more believable than ingredients for gumbo. Not
That's what you get. Fucking gumbo is what you get.
What else is up? What did you actually? Because I don't know.
Well,
I don't know. What did you say?
But no, because you're talking
Are we
about
having this
relics
argument in the
and
middle of
all
this
that. So you
giant?
could be like, oh my gosh, I just remembered they had a conch shell or they had something to make it seem like you.
What is something?
Something you have to meet with the chief. The chief wants to meet you,
Right.
so you probably have something up there that the chief desperately
That I didn't
needs.
bring down there with me, or I was just trying to have this meeting.
But you just you forgot it.
No.
You just remembered. Oh my gosh, I just remembered. People forget stuff all the time.
Especially.
All right, I'm going to read you the
eating
description of
rings.
this room that you guys have entered for the first time.
Okay.
The bucket chains move from north to south through this room, the iron buckets dangling a few feet above the floor. As buckets of iron ore pass by, 2 orcs with hooked poles tip the buckets and dump them into contents on the floor. 2 more orcs, you can see better into this room now, place the ore atop the stove slabs, and 2 more orcs pick out impurities. The last 2 orcs load the ore back into the buckets and shovel the impurities into piles. A fire burns in a hearth in the middle of the eastern wall. The 2 giants that are with you yell in giant, and you guys hear him yell for a commander. Commander! A few moments, another giant, not quite well as dressed as these 2, comes marching around. He says, in giant, take them to the slave pens for holding. We will fetch for them in the morning. And the 2 giants that escorted you up here turn and face the elevator waiting. And the commander said, very, very well, sir. And he looks to you and says, in common, gather your things, get your stuff together, we'll move to the slave pens.
Go to the slave pens. Oh, we're supposed to go to the village.
He doesn't even acknowledge that you said anything to him.
Got some real important stuff up there that I gotta bring to Duke's Alto.
If you would follow me, it's this way.
Okay. Alright, well I guess I'm going this way. I'll grab the reins of the yaks and
I was about to say,
Start
is
walking.
it yak on the ground? Am I
No,
on the
they
ground?
they just like pushed them out.
Oh, you said throw.
I thought they threw him like off the elevator.
I figured I was
I thought I was
laying
like
on the
being
ground.
crushed by a yak. Like,
This is a throw, and then that's a throw. You know, I didn't specify that they hurled them into the oblivion and they smashed and the guts of them smeared across the chamber wall.
I figured we were laying prone with a yak.
by the way,
on top of us.
that's 10d6 bludgeoning damage.
Yeah.
I was like, is
Yeah.
nobody gonna remove the yak from us?
Can I just say
They
that there's a
hastily-
lot more force down here than I expected, even though maybe we should have expected more force. And it's just not going how I thought it might.
How much force is appropriate for a giant fortress?
That is receiving reinforcements every other day.
Well, I mean, it was a dwarven forge.
Okay, if we can get out of here, maybe we should wait for him to leave. And then sneak
Maybe
in.
we should drop our giant vial of alchemic explosive on the top of it
Blow
and
the
crush
mountain?
the mountain.
Oh wow.
Or toss it down the elevator shaft.
And how are we gonna? We have to dig the chief out?
Fuck the conch shell. Kill them all.
And probably ourselves.
We'll drop it from the airship.
Now, do we have to have all of the conch shells?
I don't have a.
Uh-huh.
Do we-
So the giant
I don't
leads
have a
you.
Harry
If
Potter
all the
spell.
giants are dead, do we need the king back?
Harry Potter spell. Call it to me. Call the conch shell to me. Get it over with.
Accio conch shell. Boom.
you can describe it in the conch shell.
don't have it.
I know.
forgot to take it before we start the stuff.
Well, we might get a long rest.
Ah, maybe.
The giant leads you down south here,
I know what to say this basket.
and he,
So we've
He
gone down the
says-
elevator, right?
you guys are
What?
No, we're
Oh,
on the,
on the
first
second
floor.
Oh,
on the
okay.
first floor.
I thought we were
He
going down
says-
the elevator.
It's gonna be a while before I can take you to the slave pens. I'll have you wait in here. And he puts you into this side room to wait until he can find time to get you into there. So entering this room to the south of the dressing mill contains a basalt table, a barrel that has iron pokers sticking out of it, an iron crate, and 2 racks of hook poles hanging on the south wall. Hanging on the south wall is a set of like rusty mantles. Other than that, not much in here. He ushers you in, shuts the door.
Which way does the door open?
I have.
The door opens into the main room. Like,
So we would be opening it out.
yes.
Okay.
He pulled the door open. You guys went in. He shut the door.
Alright, guys, what do you think?
So I'm gonna hide in the barrel. So when he takes y'all to go wherever he goes, I'll just pop out of the barrel and sneak.
Okay, I want to look around this room.
Hang on.
Does that sound like a good plan?
We're gonna stop right here. Tension's high. I
Oh,
know it's kind of early, but we're gonna stop here because I like the tension that's going on. I want that to carry over.
good. It gives us some time to think.
Oh my gosh, Brock. Oh my
No,
gosh.
it's not entirely his fault. We really didn't
We
give
have a
him
good
much to
plan.
work with, honestly.
Yeah, but I figured you.
I mean, look, his decisions were questionable
What are
in
we gonna
terms
get
of.
from the
You urged him on.
I did not urge
Yes,
him
you
to
did.
mention gumbo
I
and
like
making
gumbo.
stew.